Hammers down, my fellow berserkers, and welcome on back to the final part of our KCD Let's Play, part 68, picking up where we left off. It's that cloud guy again. Let's do this, guys. Let's wrap up this journey. I'm hyped. Final episode hype! And KCD 2 hype!
Don't worry, it'll come to you. You'll see.
Well, I just hope he'll be there. Alive.
Dude, this has been a journey, and it's been a blast. I'm so glad that I decided to give this game another shot.
How long have we known each other?
This was such a good game.
Something like that.
Before that, I was chasing wenches around Rattay and you were digging turnips. And now look at us. A pair of veterans.
I was an apprentice blacksmith, not a turnip digger.
Same difference, you silly bugger.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool seeing these two kind of bond. I'm interested to see how they're gonna bond in the second one.
I didn't think much about it.
In this one, it was like they kind of started off on like the wrong foot. They were kind of like frenemies, and then Henry saved him, and now it's like that was kind of the turning point of the friendship. And Henry's definitely grown from like being this handsy blacksmith son into this badass knight that can hold his own against quite a few enemies.
Not long ago, I only made plans 3 days ahead at most.
Yeah.
Maybe I really could do something for Rattay and its people.
Yeah.
Something really big. But there'll be plenty of time for that later.
Yeah, no, I'm so hyped for the second, because it's like they've had a lot of time to cook from this one into that one. This was 2018, the other one was 2025, so what? Yeah, 7 years, that's what I was thinking it was.
Move on.
And it looks like all the big people. So you have... Okay, no, it was just Hans and Henry. I thought it was everybody else.
Glad to see Ishvan kept his word, sir.
I thought Robard and Divish came, but they didn't.
We kept our word
And Hanush.
too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, your grace. I have twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other. Let's go!
You alright, Father?
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
Yeah, this is a wholesome moment.
It looks like it's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
Catch that bastard. How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor?
Honor?
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
And where's the honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it is. We were young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner. Then your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
He knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
I know so little about his past.
He told you nothing. Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
Hell yeah.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah, the sword. It's not my sword. It's yours. For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
It was almost within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name. Mark Vart von Aulitz.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did. It is better not to dwell too much on that at the cost of those other things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
2 up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front. It's like I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
I think I know. It's Margrave Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
And there it is. There it is. Credit roll. Oh my god, where to begin? This game was great. It was... Oh, it was such a journey. I had such a fun time. Literally, I think in one weekend I recorded like 30 plus episodes, so I had a blast. Easy 10 out of 10 for me. I liked character development, Henry going from this peasant boy to all the way up to, you know, this nobleman knight, and learning that Radzig was actually your father, and the story was really good. The story is like, during the stream series that we attempted, that was one thing I brought up. I was like, the story is what kept, like, was keeping me around, but I didn't know that I needed to go talk to Bertrand and then learn how to be a knight through Bertrand. I just kind of, you know, ran around, and I didn't know any combos. I just swung willy-nilly. Which, I mean, to be fair, in the wars and stuff, I'd hardly use the combos. But such a blast. Such a blast. And I'm excited to see what's next in KCD 2. Yeah, soundtrack, really liked it. Really liked the story, the character development, the writing, the direction. UI was probably where I liked the menus, but I didn't like the yellow dot that always had to appear on the screen. That was a little... Oh,
Father.
that was a little obnoxious to me.
Come now. You know whose side you.
That doesn't matter now.
Hey, that's not the haircut Henry has.
I miss you very much.
You'll be fine. We're proud of you.
For what? I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing.
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right.
And the big thing is we used our words too, so speech was up there pretty high.
I have to leave you now.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
This has to be like a
I'll
dream.
never see you again.
God knows. Make her proud.
Is that Teresa? Or is that Mother? Okay, that's Mother. I was gonna say, that kind of looked like Teresa for a moment.
Oh, don't go. No.
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn. Sir Radzig wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Jobst.
Right. I'll go straight away. What is it?
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here. Or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
I'm in a private area. What? Quest completed. An oath is an oath. Game saved. Okay, cool. Burn my armor. Let's start at Epilogue. Go to the upper castle during the day. Meet Margrave Jobst. Oh, the other side of the castle. Okay. Or the castle on the other side. Excuse me, sorry. So, wash ourselves off real quick. Yeah, no, like, so basically what I was stating, the only thing that I'm not a big fan of is this yellow dot that's just everywhere. That was pretty off-putting. The other thing that I wasn't a huge fan of was the jankiness of horse riding. I got used to the jankiness of running. That's nothing to really complain about. But I mean, all in all, yeah, I'd say even with the stuff that bothers me, and obviously archery bothers me, but even with that, all that stuff, I think I'd still give it, if not a 10 out of 10, at least a 9.5. But all in all, definitely a very, very good, very, very fun journey. I missed my turn. It was way back there. And I think the thing that I really liked about it is that you could tell, like, when you're not a trained knight and like you're going up against, you know, trained bandits and stuff like that, like, yeah, you were getting your ass kicked, you were dying really fast, you didn't have armor and stuff on, like you were eating shit.
Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am. What about Istvan? I assume
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
But yeah, seeing him go from a peasant to a nobleman knight and a badass in a fight
Blessings on you all.
was so appealing.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Redzig.
Came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
Question is, which king?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in
Wenceslas.
captivity.
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur, that King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing. Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out.
Like the niche.
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement.
He kind of reminds me
Sigismund
of
took over
the...
administration of the kingdom and
I can't
began
remember the
planning
guy's name.
Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation. But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do?
Ah, that was...
Sigismund
his name
has
was Baron.
lords behind him.
Well,
Otto von
who's the Baron? I don't know what his actual name is.
The
Rosenberg.
situation has gotten completely out of control.
The Baron from Witcher 3, that's who, Anosh reminds me of.
So now Berghoff is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostility.
That is like an actual name. Yeah, just Bloody Baron.
I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghoff, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts. And now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both.
I don't know. I don't trust this guy.
There's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghoff know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, your grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like scarlets? We have to put a stop to this senseless war.
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Berghoff at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Berghoff would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
Hell
I'll
yeah.
send Sir John here to Gutenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft a letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
What's
I
next?
expect it would be best to write it in your name.
Talk to your father.
Quite so, Margrave.
So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Yes, I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
It's not gonna be that easy.
Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
Damn, that's a lot.
I'm getting a bit lost in the Luxembourg lineage. It all seems a bit too tangled.
The Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and Bohemia for almost 100 years now. Emperor Charles brought this land to prominence. When he was in power, things had never been so good. Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons, but by different mothers. Jobst and Prokop are their cousins. They were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years. And now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest, John of Görlitz, who was most probably poisoned. They seem like a hot-blooded lot. It's hard to keep up with their affairs, since they tend to change their alliances from one day to the next.
Who is he really, this Jobst?
The cousin of King Wenceslas. He's the Margrave of Moravia. I admit I don't know what to make of him myself. Until recently, he was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert of the Palatinate against the king. And now suddenly, he's reversed his position. I don't know what led him to do it, and one can't help being suspicious. It's best to keep a watchful eye on him. But he really is the leader of the resistance against Sigismund these days. We'll just have to see how it all turns out.
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little of King Wenceslas. You knew him, didn't you? What's he really like?
Well, there's no straightforward answer to that question. He certainly makes a great hunting and drinking companion, but he can be very fiery and impetuous when things don't go how he'd like them. He never had much of a head for high office. He finds it tiresome. But once a man's grasped the scepter, it's hard to let it go again. You can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months. Better a bad but legitimate king than a bloody war over the throne.
Who is this Prokop?
Who is this Prokop that Job spoke of?
Jobst's brother, the king's cousin. He and Jobst warred over Moravian supremacy for years. Then they were allies for a while, betrayed Wenceslas and sided with Rupert of the Palatinate. But after Sigismund abducted Wenceslas, Prokop fomented a revolt against him, and Sigismund had him captured. Politics. Make of it what you will. I, for one, can't make head or tail of it most of the time.
Okay, the League of Lords.
The League of Lords and that Bergov we're off to see. Who are they exactly?
The lords of the powerful houses. Heinrich of Rosenberg, Otto of Berghof, Heinrich of Radetz, and others. They're unhappy with the way their influence declined after Wenceslas surrounded himself with the lesser orders of nobility. They abducted the king years ago and made him bow to their will. They got away with it that time, and now they've joined forces with Sigismund and done it again. But now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way, so they may well be thinking twice. We'll see what Berghof has to say.
I don't know all that much about Sigismund.
He's the king's younger brother and King of Hungary in his own right. 7 years ago, he led a crusade against the Turks and was defeated at Nicopolis. Some say it was due to the recklessness of the French knights, most of whom were mercilessly slaughtered. Sigismund is ambitious and capable. He might well make a better ruler than Wenceslas, but he's arrogant, and to our misfortune, brutal. Not long ago, he himself was held captive by the Hungarian nobility. They dislike him as much as some of the Czech and German noblemen do his brother Wenceslas. Ironically, Wenceslas joined forces with Jobst to liberate him. And now this is how Sigismund repays his brother. There's no doubt about it, God does move in mysterious ways.
This is a lot of information.
Rupert of the Palatinate. That's a name I hadn't heard before today.
Rupert is the Prince-Elector of the Palatinate.
What's a Prince-Elector?
The Prince-Electors are dignitaries of the Holy Roman Empire who have the right to elect the King of the Romans, who would then be crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope. Rupert took the title for himself with the help of 3 other Prince-Electors, even though Wenceslas had already been appointed. Some of the nobility in the empire recognized Rupert's claim, but when he went to Rome to be crowned emperor, it turned into a fiasco. Now he's doing his utmost to get Wenceslas to acknowledge him, but so far without success. So, now we have 2 kings of the Romans. Jobst sided with Sigismund for a while, but now he's switched allegiance. He seems to do that quite a lot.
Young man John of Liechtenstein.
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein. Why is he here?
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian family with estates in Austria and Moravia. Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very useful.
And that's about everything.
That's about all.
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hanush. And good luck, son.
Oof, it's 1:30. I gotta be up at 7:30. Oh my god. Oh, okay, take the letter. Give me the letter. Let's go. It's time to wrap this series up, dude.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon
Still don't know if I could trust this guy.
And I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back, and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle. We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Hell yeah. Congratulations, you've completed the main storyline. If you like, you can still embark on side quests, activities, or just wander the world. You can end the game anytime afterwards by writing off the map with Sir Hans Capon's squad. So, here's what I don't have savory schnapps. Okay. Okay, well, I want to buy savory schnapps. I want to save it.
Look out!
Get out of my way.
Oh.
I'll buy savory schnapps. Save it. And then... he's not there. Okay.
God be with you.
Motherfucker, you don't sell stuff? You sell anything?
Good morning.
Motherfucker.
Goodbye.
Is it because it's too late or what? Is it because it's fucking 7 o'clock? So I think probably one final cutscene. But I just want a savory schnapps to save so that after we end the game we can reload. I'm sure there's probably an autosave that does that, but I just want to make sure. Finally open. He's got to be leaning. Definitely does though, like kind of talked about it during the Let's Play, during some of the episodes. This game definitely kind of makes you feel like you're like living like a Game of Thrones. Like it really reminds me. It's the big thing.
So, can we set
Like
off
you just
now,
get really invested in it. Let's go.
Of course. Can't wait.
So, to horse! The Lord of Bergov is bound to be waiting as eagerly.
Like literally me watching Game of Thrones is what made me want to jump back into this, and that's literally what started all of it. And go after Capon. So what? I'm just gonna do this because I did pull up how much of this was left so I could see like how long this episode's gonna be. So it said to fast travel here to make it go by quicker. So I don't have what is going on. Oh god. Oh god. Game is boogie.
Yeah.
Oh, I made it there. I was like, the game is buggy. What's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, I met him here.
Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trusting your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
Because yeah, with the time limit that we're already at, I really didn't feel
What
like
do you think of
making that whole run.
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
What happened to your men, dude?
Do you know anything about
Oop,
Prokop?
oop. Trying to look behind us.
Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Yops.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite there being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanush as such a rebel.
Alright, dude, let's go. Let's end it.
And have you heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
Sword got up to 15. Hells yeah, dude. There it is, game saved. Talk to Khan, wait until he arrives at the
God be
camp.
with you, lad. What can I do for you?
Are you wishing you'd stayed home at Ratai instead of joining in our nighttime venture?
You must be joking. I haven't had so much fun since... actually ever.
Really? Despite being wounded? Actually, you missed the best part. When I was hauling you like a sack of grain to the battlements, dead to the world.
It couldn't have been that much fun if I fell asleep. But you might have handled me a bit more gently. I'm black and blue all over.
Oh, alright then. Next time I'll just leave you to Istvan's tender mercies.
Nonsense. What would you do without me? Still, thank you for hauling me out of there.
Anything for you, my lord.
Goodbye.
I have to wait until he gets to the camp. Alright, so we'll have an edit there. I pulled it up on YouTube just to get the final, like, what the last bit of cutscene is without having to do the DLC. Yeah, I'm ready to move on to the second one. I wasn't planning on touching any of the DLCs anyway. So here we are. Here is the final cutscene.
How about it, Henry? Can we go? Are you ready for this?
Of course. At last I'll get to see more of the country and have a bit of an outing.
Kind of looks like my character, right? Well, except for the arrows. And the bow.
Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that horseman who murdered my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I've a feeling
Seems like this guy's PC kind of struggled with running this.
Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
Okay, that's cool. I mean, it was a short little cutscene, a little minute, 45-second cutscene. Not even. But you get to see him riding off in the sunset, and you finally get to the end. So that is how KCD wraps up. We will tack that on to the end of the episode, end of part 68. So let's wrap the series up. I hope you all enjoyed. I know I had a blast playing this game. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. Again, earlier in the episode, went through the review. Easy 9. I'm going to give it 9.5. I was going to just straight up give it 10 because of how great the story was, but after the jankiness, taking into consideration the jankiness of the horse riding, the constant yellow dot on the screen, and it got really janky at the end of the game. We had quite a few crashes. We just ran into a lot of issues. So I'm going to wrap the series on up here. Again, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned. ACD2 is coming up next, and I hope to catch you guys there.